So guys, welcome to our channel once again. In today's video on our WAEC Biology Examination Revision Series, we have here these 10 questions to answer on the topic Concept of Living. So guys, this video will be about forms in which cells exist. So in short, to stay till the end of this video. So let's go ahead and start with the first question here. It says, a structural similarity between paramecium and amoeba is the presence of A, one food vacuole, B, one gullet, C, two nuclei, D, two contractile vacuole. So guys, the answer to this question is option A, and that's one food vacuole. So let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. And that's question number 2 here. It says, which of the following features of paramecium is not an advancement over amoeba? So guys, we have here option A, oral groove, B, nucleus, C, cilia, and D, definite shape. So guys, the answer to this question here is option B, and that's the nucleus. So you see all the features here, the oral groove, the cilia, and definite shape, advancement of the paramecium over the amoeba. But guys, both the paramecium and amoeba has nucleus, so nucleus is not an advancement of the paramecium over the amoeba. So that's the answer to this question. So let's go ahead and consider the next question here, question number 3. It says, use the diagram below to answer this question. The diagram represents A, cell, B, part of a living organism, C, filament, D, colony. So guys, the answer to this question is option C here, and that's filament. So guys, the structure you see here is a spirogyra, and it occurs as a filament. So you see it as the end-to-end connection you see in the diagram here. So that's a filament, and that's option C here. So let's go ahead and consider the next question. Question number 4 here. It says, the diagram below are illustrations of the dentition of an organism. Study them and answer this question. So here we have X, we have W, X, Y, Z. So the question here says the function of the teeth labeled X is for A, chewing and grinding, B, tearing and grasping, C, chewing and tearing, D, biting and grasping. So guys, the answer to this question is actually option B here, and that's tearing and grasping. So the teeth labeled X is the canine teeth, and its main function is for tearing and grasping. So that's the answer to this question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question here. That's question number 5. It says, the following organisms have structures for movement except A, spirogyra, B, volvox, C, paramecium, and D, amoeba. So guys, the answer to this question is option A, and that's the spirogyra. The volvox actually has its flagella for movement. The paramecium has its cilia for movement. The amoeba makes use of its pseudopodium for movement, but guys, the spirogyra doesn't have any structure for movement. So that's the answer to this question, option A here. So guys, let's consider the next question. Question number 6 here. It says, which of the following features does not necessarily place paramecium at higher level of organization over amoeba? We have A, absence of pseudopodia, B, presence of more than one food vacuole, C, presence of cilia, and D, presence of micro and mega nuclei. So guys, the answer to this question here is option B, and that's presence of more than one food vacuole. So guys, presence of more than one food vacuole is not a feature that makes paramecium a higher level organism than amoeba. But guys, other features here such as presence of cilia makes it a higher organism. Presence of micro and meganuclei, that's like 2 nuclei, makes it a higher organism than amoeba as well. Then absence of pseudopodia, due to the fact that it has a better developed structure, also makes it a higher level organization than amoeba. But guys, presence of more than one fold vacuole is not a distinguishing factor, making it higher than amoeba. So that's the answer to this question, option B. Let's go ahead and consider the next question. That's question number 7 here. It says, the diagrams below illustrates the dentition of an organism. Study and answer the question below. So the question here says, the teeth which are absent in the young of the organism are labeled A, W, B, X, C, Y, D, Z. So guys, the answer to this question here is option D, and that's Z. So let's go ahead and consider the next question. That's question number 8 here. It says, the main similarity between unicellular and multicellular organisms is that both A, exist as colonies, B, are plants, C, perform all life activities, D, exist as filaments. So guys, the answer to this question is option C, and that's perform all life activities. So both unicellular and multicellular organisms perform all life activities, and that's one of the major similarity between them. So let's go ahead and consider the next question. That's question number 9 here. It says, which of the following organisms does not exist as a single cell? We have A, Chlamydomonas, B, Euglena, C, Volvox, D, Amoeba. So guys, the organism here that does not exist as a single cell is Volvox, and that's option C here. So Volvox always exists as a colony and not as a single cell. So that's it for that question. Let's go ahead and consider the next and the last question here. And that's question number 10. It says, the structural similarities in Paramecium and Euglena are in the A, blunt anterior and pointed posterior, B, presence of anterior and posterior contractile vacuole, C, presence of micro and meganuclei in both, D, shape of locomotory organs. So guys, the answer to this question is option A, and that's blunt anterior and pointed posterior. So that's the structural similarity between the Paramecium and the Euglena, and that's the answer to this question. So guys, this is where we'll end this video for today. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're not yet a subscriber. Also, if you have any specific question regarding this video, you can drop your question on the comment section below, and we'll ensure to give you a response. So finally guys, we want to encourage you to join our YouTube channel community where we'll post major updates on WAEC examination. This will help you a lot as you prepare for your WAEC examination for the year. So you can join this channel community by hitting the join button below, and we'll see you right there. Thank you once again for watching this video, and see you on the next one.